We can only do our best. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Matt Cock. Was it Cack? Mr. 42, how are you, pal? Sean Beckman, how are you, mate? Dougal Dog. Abarak, Skills Dude, Tony Regime, Seek that was earlier, wasn't it? I'm saying a lot of people who probably aren't even here anymore. Yeah. So, how's everyone been this fine week? Christopher Shapley, DVM, CVA, CVCH, CVFT. How are you, pal? Nice to see you. You'll have to remind me to remind myself to send you a YouTube video. I watched an awesome YouTube video today about he's a British creator from the Midlands, but just outside Birmingham, somewhere. I can't remember exactly where. But he does like travel vlogs, and he's got a series where he was going around New Jersey, Atlantic City. I'll have to send it over to you. It's a very interesting watch. Ant Carver, interesting name. CK is still here. One of these days you're going to pronounce my name correctly, but clearly not today. Matt Koch. Is it Koch? It'd be handy if it's Koch, because I'll never forget that, because it sounds like Kutch.
Yeah. If he's Welsh, it's Matt Koch.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I mean, there's no K, but, you know.
Good evening, Peck. I couldn't remember where I had to look to address you directly. How are you this evening, pal? Yeah, Chris, I'll send it over to you. Tony, my amp is off for repairs, so I can do gigs again. Oh. Well, hang on a second. If your amp is off for it, so if you're sending your amp to be repaired, how are you going to do gigs without it? Are you going to go old school, go all acoustic, or am I trying to create a problem where there isn't one? It's pronounced Coke. It's German. Well, if you shove an E on the end of it, I'd know. Matt Coke.
I guarantee you forget that by next week.
Yeah, I'll forget that by the end of this section, if there even is a section tonight. Do you know, I was having a thought just before we came out to start streaming about the time we're doing it, and is that why they're quieter than they generally used to be on a Sunday night? Because I didn't used to start until like 7:30 on a Sunday night. No, or was it 7?
I don't know. We could start at do a later start time if you wanted to. I
don't know. Mr. LBX says the earth is shaped like a Cornish pasty. All right, Di. 5 minutes, 25 seconds in. Lol. What? Oh, that's how long it took me to say your name correctly. After you told me how to say it correctly, so I don't know if that counts. But go on, then you're gonna have the point.
That's a good effort, I think. 5 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. So who among us, and there's not that many, so in what? I don't know where to put the chat so that it doesn't distract me. I can't even. Yes, so who saw Wednesday's video?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, it was Wednesday, wasn't it? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the sort of the flat Earth, like I don't know. It was a video essay. Some people said it was like a mini documentary, and to those people, I say, you need to set your standards higher.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the enthusiasm. A couple of people said, why didn't I use a green screen? To be honest with you, because that was such a new format. I've got a green screen, and I am going to use a green screen. But I can kind of do it in the editing software I use. So because I don't know yet which bits I need the green screen, which bits I need to just be me, I thought it made more sense for me to do it in the way I'm used to making videos. Because don't forget, I'm not only now learning a new way of sort of putting videos together, the way they're researched, the way they're edited, but I'm trying to sort of learn to present what I'm talking about to you as well. But I still want it to be a Creaky Blinder video, but it's I want it to be the same but different is the only way I can think of explaining it. Like,
it's like we were talking about earlier. You'll slowly now, because I mean, the plan is you want to start doing one of those
a week.
Yeah, a week
for now, and see. Do you know what I mean? See how well received they are, because that one, I said to you, didn't I? I was fully expecting it to be like an 8 or a 9, even a 10 of 10.
Yeah, but and the comments on that were overwhelmingly positive as well. I think
if I didn't already have a really big head, the comments on that video would have given me a really big head, because they were overwhelmingly positive, with the occasional sprinkle of "this wasn't for me," which is fine. I knew that would be the case, which is why.
Yeah, but that's always going to be the case with any type of pivot and content, isn't it? But
you can't please everyone all the time.
No, and that's fine. But I think this opens you up to so many more.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many other things I can.
Because you can tackle one topic, but you can take down different aspects.
Multiple parts of it.
Yeah, and you can really, do deep dives into each aspect of one thing. It's just so much more diverse.
It's like, for example, if my next mini documentary, because I like the way that sounds, or my next video essay happened to be about, I don't know, say Kent Hovind, maybe. That doesn't mean that I can't still do one on maybe another creationist, or maybe creationism as a whole.
You could do one on Dinosaur Adventureland specifically.
Yeah, exactly. And why it's a really dangerous place for children to go.
Yeah.
And you think because the rides aren't, well, it is in part, but make of that what you will. I wouldn't want to say anything libelous. But of course, for something to be libelous, doesn't it first also have to not be true? So I think I'm pretty safe when I say that, I'm not saying it again. Stephanie says, I've come so far. Well, thank you very much indeed, Steph. That's very kind of you to say.
This is a weird question. Did you find the outcome of that video, forget about the views and did you find the end video more satisfying than your usual ones?
Yeah.
And I'm just curious.
Yeah, because it's like, I still enjoy making videos, but when you've been making exactly the same kind of video, first twice a week, then 3 times a week, then every day of the week, then back to 3 times a week about the same topic, then it becomes more and more difficult to frame the same silly arguments being told in maybe slightly different ways and still retain people's interest in it. And the harsh reality is that views are down in this niche across the board. It's affecting everyone.
Yeah.
I speak to other creators and we're all complaining about exactly the same things. That there's not as many people watching as there were even 6 months ago. The views I was getting 6 months ago compared to now, it's like almost a night and day difference.
But
that video, just so I don't forget what I want to say, but that video, even to me, was more interesting for me to watch myself doing something different. So my hope is, and the comments and the views seem to back it up, because that video, well, when I published it, excuse me, when I published it, it was a 9 of 10. So it was like, well, I expected this would die on its ass because it's really different. And then like half an hour later, then it was, it's a 7 of 10 now. Oh, that's not so bad. It's not a brilliant video, but I'll take a 7 of 10 for something that's completely different to my normal content. And then when I woke up the following morning, it was a 3. Was it a 3 or a 4?
I think it peaked at 3.
Yeah, but it dropped back down to 4. Yeah, settled on a 4 of 10. So considering that's something that nobody's ever seen me do, I was really pleased with it. And also it was funny. It was funny the number of people who seemed genuinely surprised that I could make a video like that.
Yeah, I saw a couple of comments. I don't understand what that means though.
Yeah, I don't know. Is that like a polite way of going, we always thought your videos were shit. We didn't realize you could actually make something that was interesting to watch. Let me just quickly super chat. Press me button from my new friend, Matt Cork. I'll always remember that name now. I'll never forget that, because the more of I was having this conversation with my better half. I can't remember if it was this morning or yesterday, but if I see somebody's face, even in, I don't know, let's say I'm on holiday somewhere and I see a completely random stranger I've never laid eyes on before, and then by some miracle the following year I see them on holiday, I'll remember that I'll know that I have seen that person before, and I saw them in, pick a location anywhere on the globe. But to remember somebody, that's why I call everyone pal and mate and whatever, because and it's not that I'm trying to be like cool and be like a hipster down with it, even though I'm now sporting a rather spiffing, Wing Commander World War II style moustache,
a very authoritative mustache.
Yeah, very hipster mustache. But so I'm not trying to be cool. I just genuinely have to replace their actual name with something like mate or pal.
Yeah, I'm terrible with names too.
It takes me so long. But if there's like, I don't know, if I smacked into somebody face to face going in or out of the gents and, then spoke to them, and I'd always remember then, I remember when I bumped into Dave coming out of the toilets in the bloody Weatherspoons in, wherever.
Right, Dave?
Yeah, but that I'll always remember now that's Matt Cork.
Yeah.
Or Matthew when he's being naughty. But my mind works in really strange ways.
I am very
when
similar
it chooses to work.
I'm similar with names and stuff. I always remember a face.
Yeah.
But it always leads to awkward interactions where I'm like, I know that I know you from somewhere. But 5 years in the vape shop.
Yeah.
I probably, it was a small shop in a small town.
Yeah.
Same customers often.
Yeah.
I probably learned about 5 of their names over 5 years. Because it's one of those things as well. The more you start to talk to that person and the longer it goes on and you're like, it's rude to ask you your name now. We've had conversation once a week for the last 6 months.
Yeah.
If I now ask your name,
it
makes me look rude.
See, but I've got like a get out of jail free card for that. I'm like old and I can just say, you know what it's like when you get to our age, you can't remember bugger all. What's your name again? Even though we were in school together from like age 4 up until 16 when I left and went to sixth form. No, I stayed for sixth form, but I still, it doesn't matter. And I don't know, is it sort of the trauma of going through Catholic school has blocked out any lasting memory of it?
Yeah, maybe.
Could be. Indie Brony, I'm not in Ohio, Rubik's, just saying Ohio. Indie Brony is a Geordie. As I established, I was like a detective. She said, I can't remember what Indy said now, but it was like the most Geordie. She might as well have said, "Why are you shepherd's pie?" It was like, it was straight away. It was like, yeah, Geordie in the comment section. I work at doggy daycare. Interesting. I have 200 plus dog names memorized. I tell people I don't have room to remember actual people. That's not a bad one, actually. That's not a bad one. But I'll remember the most bizarre thing. Like, I can remember more or less until I went all posh and, started putting private plates on my cars. I can remember the number plate of like every car I've ever owned, like including my first one.
I can remember, I think we've spoken about this before. I can remember home phone numbers, basically.
Yeah, home phone numbers. I can remember the first ever phone number I had.
Yeah.
As a child, butt cheeks to you as well. So sick. When are we going to get you on? I tried the other night, but he's not replied to my DMs on Twitter. maybe because I keep saying DMs on Twitter and it's been called X now for about 2
Does anyone
years.
call it X though?
Yeah, I know. I don't know what to call it anymore. I just avoid talking about it.
I always think,
As do most people, which is why it's not going as well as he'd hoped.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever heard anyone actually call it X.
Yeah, and like before, you know, back when things were simple, you would send a tweet. What do you send now? Oh, I'm going to send an X. What, a kiss? I don't know what you mean.
Ooh, super chat.
If you think Coke is hard to pronounce, try my Danish first name and Dutch Saxon name. Bjorn Hartmeyer. I don't think that's that hard. Assuming. That
was a confident.
Yeah. Because that's a way I'm familiar with that name from my Discord server. I think it's the same Bjorn. Yeah, I think it is. So in my brain, I'm saying it correctly because that's how I say it in my brain. I see no message. Did you, old person, I forget to send?
Definitely, 100%.
It could well be. Let's lay all our cards on the table, sick, in front of these lovely people watching now. So you have a habit of messaging me. I don't know, usually after 9 p.m. we'll say. And I assume that's because you've got little people running around your house and they need attending to before, you know, Mr. Sir Daddy Sick gets a bit of free time. I'm lucky to see 9 o'clock most nights. So sometimes if I disappear mid-conversation, it just means I finished my evening sitting down wee-wee while I scroll through TikTok for 25, 30 minutes before bed. And I've just gone to bed and fallen asleep halfway through our conversation. And that's not to say what you were talking to me about was boring. It's just how I roll or don't roll, as the case may be. But I really want to know now if I said Bjorn's name properly. Bjorn Hartmeyer.
Oh.
And
there we go.
Either everyone's left or my chat is frozen.
No, it's up on the screen now.
Oh, hang on. The O is close, but the H in Hartmeyer is a weird...
Well, yeah, I'm going to say...
Hartmeyer. Like that sort of effort. The O is close. O is O, isn't it?
Oh, that's probably not. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it's probably not O, is it?
Yeah, I don't know. O with a line through it. It probably means something. I bet smart people screaming down the speakers of the phone right now.
I think it's Björn.
But that looks like Björn.
Björn.
Björn. Hartmeyer. Oh, that's got to be closer. Didn't know you were German. They'd encourage to sit while they pee. It's just a lazy old man thing.
Do you? This is riveting conversation. Do you always sit when you pee?
In the house, yeah. But if I go in the facilities, in the local eatery or, you know, the libation establishment, if I walk in, there's nobody in there, I'll go in the cubicle and sit down, have a look at my phone, have a wee. But if there's other men in there, I'm like, oh, God, they're going to think I'm going for a shit now. So I'll have to stand by her and awkwardly stand there with nothing happening for 45 seconds because I'm old. And the worst is if they try to say, all right. Well,
you don't talk to someone.
I probably would have been all right if you hadn't spoken to me and I could have started peeing.
I'm smart.
What did you say the O was?
It's Björn.
Björn.
Yeah.
Björn. Björn. Sounds like a car going past really fast. Björn. Can't miss if you sit. Andy knows what's up or down in this case. What's Mr. Sir Six saying? I can't see it unless I put it. I just shit in the urinal power move.
Are you facing the wall or outwards?
I tell you what, Six got to be making way more money than I have. He's posh. He's got a urinal in his house. That is proper baller status. Yeah, proper baller status. You know you've made it when you've got a stand-up wee-wee receptacle in your house. Oh, I don't know.
Brian, don't tell on me.
What's Brian doing, huh?
He said how to pronounce it in the chat. I just repeated what he said.
And he's thrown you under the bus.
Ridiculous.
Or I live at a bus station. Yeah, I didn't think of that. But yeah, it could be that. It would explain all the background noise every time I've spoken to you on a phone call. Explains a lot, actually. But anyway, yeah, so did you see it, Sick? I bet you didn't. The public humiliation coming up. I'm sure you've seen my Flat Earth themed documentary / video essay, which I published at 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday. I'm confident you could probably recite my well-researched and written script straight back to me live. But I am really curious to see whatever. The problem is when you ask, especially on a live stream, right? The live streams have become intimate, we will say. It's like it's like this, just like a little crowd of us sat in a pub or a cafe or whatever, just having a chin wag about this, that, and the other. But I can't remember where I was going with that analogy now either.
Did I distract you because Corker was trying to get out?
Yeah. I have you, Reinald. Don't know why some call it a shit balcony. Oh, there's no shit in it. I inserted the shit myself. That came out wrong.
Oh, yeah. I have a urinal.
A urinal? I have a urinal.
I haven't been able to get my words out today. I keep mumbling all over my own words. I don't even know if that's a phrase.
Don't worry, you keep getting sponsored ads in the chat. Are they like this, right? They're not sponsored. I did them like a long time ago, and now I can't figure out how to turn them off. I've tried every Monday probably for the last 16 weeks, and I still can't figure out how to turn it off. So if anybody's a Stream Elements expert, then and they know how to stop them from popping up in the chat, if you could let me know, I would be very much obliged, because they get on my nerves as well. All balconies are a shit balcony if you don't like your neighbours. I wonder if anybody who lives around here has ever been just like on YouTube on a random Sunday night. They've gone, hang on a second, I know that guy.
That was really random.
You know, like somebody who lives around here, we'll say. An
actual neighbor.
Yeah, like a neighbor or somebody who lives down the road, or, you know, somebody who sees me frequent the co-op. You know, that sort of person.
Yeah, I wonder.
Yeah, bizarre. First time I've seen it then. Seen what, right? There's too many conversations. I'm sure this is part of why I get so confused so easily, because I'm not only trying to think of what to talk about, I'm also trying to keep this eye on the chat down here. Just keep looking at my lovely mustached side profile over there, and trying to follow multiple conversations that are going on in the side chat. Anyway, just woke up for work and there's a blood moon happening. Are you a vampire? Do you work in Transylvania? What time of the day is it? It's early afternoon in the US of A. Oh, the ads.
Oh, is there mid-rolls coming? There shouldn't be. They're not switched on.
They are on the second channel as by way of an experiment.
There we go. There we go. We'll turn them off.
Yeah.
We wanted to see, because YouTube recommends you put them on, obviously.
Well, yeah.
But we don't want ads interrupting a live stream because it's very, very irritating.
You've just reminded me of something really important that I wanted to tell you. YouTube has got a tool in the making, I think. Let me think about this now before I say it as if it's an established fact.
Okay.
But I think there's something happening that'll get rid of that issue. Like it'll sort of delay. No, I can't remember. Doesn't matter. I can't remember. His microphone reminds me of the Pikachu Game Boy Color. It's my brand color. because I got a brand colour. And it bothers me every week that Callum's microphone foamy end bit is a different shade of yellow to mine.
Yeah, slightly lighter than
Yeah,
yours.
he's off brand. He's off brand, you know. This is Coca-Cola, that's Happy Shopper Roller Cola. Or whatever it is. But what's it? So, hang on a second. YouTube is a tool. 3:30 a.m. here, lunar eclipse. I don't know who lunar eclipse is, but she sounds lovely. 3:30 a.m. So you're in the future in Australia or the land of Zealand, which is new. Possibly. Or maybe I'm completely wrong, like I am about more. What happened then? My tongue got tangled up then. YouTube is a tool. I like that. And there's so much importance to sick jokes you don't want to miss out on. I've lost all sense of context of anything at the moment, so I don't know what that's referring to. Sick, sorry, I'm losing the will to live. So I think I've sort of approached the topic a couple of times, but I haven't actually got as far as letting anybody have their say. I'm interested what people thought of that format and can they see themselves watching. I remember now I went off on a massive tangent.
No,
about
really?
The streams being intimate, when what I was actually asking is, what did you think of the video essay? Do you think it's something you would be interested in watching more of? Because in part, well, not in part, it was Callum's suggestion, and it was a bloody good suggestion. The title of tonight's stream, The Possibility are Endless, Possibilities are Endless, is very descriptive. Good evening, Mr. Gray. Was he gone? I better have butchered his name as well.
There we go.
World of Mr. Gray. See you. How are you, Dan? Nice to see you, pal. Fellow Welsh creator in his house.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, he makes fun of people who believe in the boogeyman. What are we talking? Shit. Absolute shit is what we're talking. I was just asking these lovely people who are accompanying you in the side chat to give me some sort of thoughts on Wednesday's video, which was my very first video essay / mini documentary. As it's been called in, by the people who watch me in the comment section under that video. I quite fancy myself as a mini documentary maker.
A mini documentarian.
I don't think I'd have the stamina to be a full-time documentary maker, but I can handle being a mini one, because what I'm trying to see, the thing is with this type of thing as well, there's no telling where it could lead, in as much as how my videos are delivered each week as well. If they get in watched and people really enjoy them and they sort of bring new eyes to the channel, then do I do 2 a week, which are like half an hour each long, or do I save them up and do an hour long one? So it's sort of part 1 is about flat Earth and part 2 is about young Earth creationism, and then maybe a little bit at the end then sort of comparing the different kinds of stupid. I just had an idea live on stream you have never witnessed the likes of before, and I mean me having an idea live on stream. That's the first idea I've ever actually had while I've been live. That's a good idea. So that could be but the point I'm making is, a lot of these video essay channels that Callum has introduced me to and that I've stumbled across myself. So I think it was Dodford. Remember, Cal, have you heard of this channel? Dodford, as if I'd sort of invented the wheel.
Yeah.
And he went, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. Not as done with the kids as I thought I was.
No,
but what the point I was trying to make is you can see Jimmy the Giant. You can see the amount of research that goes into his video. Just watching his videos, you can see that he has gone beyond internet searches, and he's read, in some cases, one of the videos, he's read like a book about the topic before actually making the video.
It's a whole thing on YouTube at the minute. These like super duper deep dives.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're on really, you know, I don't want to say important topics, but you know, serious topics. And other times they can be like the most random stuff earlier. Like I was watching a video essay of basically who would win in a fight, Dexter Morgan or Walter White.
Yeah.
It was like a 20-minute video essay
Yeah.
about a hypothetical battle between two fictional characters.
So like what would win in a fight between Iron Man and Superman, that sort of
yeah.
So not really up my street. I thought they were actually, because I just happened to be in the vicinity.
Oh yeah, no, that's not something I regularly listen to. That was quite funny, to be honest.
Yeah.
But the reason I brought it up was because that's how diverse video essays are as a genre. You can really talk about anything.
You and I'm assuming DLP is Dialing Ping should collab for a video essay.
Oh, that would be very funny.
I love doing collabs. They're good fun, but they're a pain in the bum. That's the only problem with them. The logistics are often quite difficult, especially because, you know, especially if they're from another country. So if I was to collaborate with a creator in, I don't know, in New York or California, or, you know, wherever, the time difference is going to be a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Especially for like reactionary type content where you both need to be kind of sat there watching. Like when I, did that video that absolutely nobody watched with a 5.5 million subscribed channel. And it is good fun. Good fun.
You're absolutely right, Sek. Dexter would wipe the floor with him. The video was titled "Why Dexter Morgan versus Walter White is Not Even Close," because it's not.
Oof. He'd wipe the floor after he'd killed him.
Yeah, but that was what the video was about, was how
that was a Dexter themed dad joke.
Dexter's just so much more organized and predatory over Walter White.
Yeah. And
you'd never see him come in.
Talking about Dexter, I started watching Dexter Resurrection.
So good.
It is proper good.
I finished it now, obviously. The finale was Friday just gone.
Be forewarned if you intend to stay and listen, and please do, because there's only 95 of you right now. If I'm terrible, I always try not to give spoilers, but I usually fail. So
I feel you're not even that far into it. You're not really far enough in it to give spoilers at this point.
No? Well, that's kind of a spoiler in a sense. Isn't
well,
it?
no, but
it's like saying, well, you haven't got to the good bit yet.
Well, no, you haven't. You're only 3 episodes in.
No, 5 now. We're on episode 5.
Oh, you?
Yeah, he's been to the serial killer's dinner party, and now he's dating Lady Vengeance.
Yeah.
Which sounds like a comic book.
Is that the same actress from Breaking Bad? The one with Jesse Pinkman? I think she's either like a heroin addict.
I don't know.
Because I know she's a really famous actress, and I
don't know. WTF, I missed that video. I don't deserve to live on YouTube. No need to poke your tongue out at the end. Oh, we'll do 4. That's one of my favorite emojis, actually. This is the thing, see, with YouTube, when you publish a video that doesn't get views, it feels like people have looked at it and gone, nah, I don't want to watch this, you bugging me. But in reality, out of the 106,000 people who are subscribed to the channel, there's no way in the world that all 106,000 of those people are getting sent a notification when I upload a video. So then they have to have shown previous interest either on my channel or on another channel in a video with a similar so that video I did on Wednesday, which was a video essay / mini documentary, that may not necessarily have been served up to my core audience, because my core audience is interested in flat earth debunking, not necessarily a deep dive into the history of flat Earth.
I don't really know, to be honest. I don't know if that would be the case.
Yeah,
I
I don't know because
it
because
performed well though. I
yeah,
don't
it performed very well. I'm
Yeah.
very happy with it. But it's interesting because the way YouTube explain it, at least, is they try to only present people with videos that they think they're gonna like and they're fairly sure they're gonna like. They're obviously wrong a lot of the time because I can, there's thumbnails that have been on my YouTube homepage for weeks and I still haven't clicked on them.
Yeah,
because I don't care.
Yeah, I'm the same.
But and I'm sure you can click, ignore and whatever to get rid of them. But yeah, it's an interesting one because the first one, the history of flat. Do you know what was interesting about that video as well in the comments? I can't remember if I've told you about this or not. Somebody corrected me about something, right? Which is fine. But when I watched the video, I watched the video back, I know I went a bit Jonathan Ross then, didn't I? When I watched the video back, I didn't even say what they said I said. They basically said that I had said that old Ross's face, Eratosthenes, or Eric Itchinese, whatever his name is, discovered that the Earth was a globe. Now, I don't think I framed it that way, and if I did, I misspoke, but I went back and watched it, and I don't think I said that. He was the first person to calculate the circumference of the Earth, which we already knew was a globe. But, it was interesting to me that no matter how, I don't know, would benign be the right word, maybe? I don't know. However inconsequential a remark seems, there will always be somebody who can find some way to say that it was wrong.
Yeah. There's always one.
Yeah.
There's always one.
Yeah, exactly. And somebody else as well said that it was unnecessary. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, maybe unnecessary for you if you're a long-time viewer of the channel, but it wasn't. See, this is the thing. And we had this, I think we had this conversation in part with Dai. It's like my videos. So that video, I didn't make it for you.
Yeah.
Or you. Or him over there. Or you. Or you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I made it.
For the audience.
I made it.
Yeah.
In the hope that when I published it to YouTube, it found the right people to watch it.
Yeah. And like you upload it and you kind of go, hope you like this. So, like, not everyone is going to like every video.
Exactly. So or you, Indie Brony. Why I Shepherd's Pie.
So to comment saying something is unnecessary, I find very funny because it's just going, I don't like this.
Yeah.
I wish you did a different video.
Yeah.
It's not unnecessary. It's just you didn't want to watch this one. It's fine.
Yeah. But it was just for somebody who knows a lot about the flat Earth debunking niche and has been watching my videos and others for a long time. I'm sure lots of it was unnecessary.
It'd be like a PhD student going and sitting in a primary school class going, all this is unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like, you just because you already know.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that even obviously it made sense, as you and I discussed, for my first one to be about flat Earth.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I can't make another one about flat Earth and a different element of flat Earth.
Exactly. And you could go in, you could make a deep dive
on
individual, people within the flat Earth.
Yeah, I could already think of a second flat Earth mini documentary.
Oh, okay.
Flat Earth. Why do I keep adding H's where they don't need to be? Changing R's to W's. Did I remember my fixed identity? Yeah, I think I'm safe. What the difference is in flat Earth, right? So when I joined YouTube in 2018 and uploaded my first, I'll call it a flat Earth debunk.
Yeah.
YouTube today on September the 7th, 2025 is a very different place than what it was in 2018. And I know that sounds like an old man thing to say, but it is true.
No, but it is.
The changes are massive, not just in the appearance of the platform or the features or the ways people can support creators. You know, I've been getting loads of comments this week, and because I've got my finger so firmly on the pulse of what's going on YouTube, I had to Google what it was. People were going, "Oh, I just hyped the video for you, Creaky." It was like, okay, thanks. And then a few more people, but I think there's a new feature on YouTube on your phone now. It's called a hype button.
I've noticed the hype button.
And the more clicks of the hype button, you've seen it, have you?
Yeah, I've noticed it.
I can't say it. I rarely look at YouTube on my phone, see? I'm a YouTube TV person. I've been watching YouTube all day today.
But if I'm YouTube on the TV, it's because I usually I'll click something on the homepage or I already know what I want to type in. I don't tend to like casually browse through.
Now then, World of Mr. Grey says, the hype button hasn't come up for him yet. So maybe it's like when they roll it out.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure they got a system for the way they roll it out, but it's like a staggered rollout of new features. I suppose if they sent one update out to every single Gmail account attached to probably Google HQ would explode. So they got it, because I know that's how they do it with Callum's favorite thing, phone updates. Anyone else on Android 16 yet? The full material version? Oh, it's really good.
That's what I mean. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know.
Yeah, but I wouldn't like to consider myself the type of person to expose you in public, but Callum uses his phone in light mode, people.
No,
I know.
No, I don't.
I've spoken to him about it.
I?
We've had many a conversation.
Oh, yeah, maybe I do.
Light mode is only, like they used to say, Internet Explorer's only purpose is to download Google Chrome.
Yeah.
Well, light mode's only purpose is to allow you to navigate through the settings menu to turn on dark mode.
No, well, WhatsApp's in dark mode. I have light mode apps and dark mode apps.
Yeah, I know, but I think I've got no categories. I've got the apps I use the most in a folder on my home screen, but I haven't got like a game folder. Or do you still do it like iPhone? Do you folders on the desk on the home screen?
I got like a social media folder. I got a Google folder.
Like
my games,
like his grandmother.
Yeah, basically. I just can't be bothered for the updates. I noticed earlier when you play videos now on your phone, it looks different.
Everything's frozen my end, but it's a good mustache view, so I'll take it. Oh, there we are. I'm moving again now.
Yeah, you always freeze.
It's because I'm on Wi-Fi over here, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
This isn't plugged into, there's a hamster on a wheel underneath my desk.
Oh, no, it's Andy. Dark mode is a pile of shit.
Oh, Andy. How can I take you serious? You haven't even got a profile picture. Unless you're a letter O that lives next to a gigantic tangerine. But apart from that, no. Sir Sick got hypes this week as well. I haven't seen him. I'll have to have a look now.
It must be. I don't know which account I've got it on, but I've definitely seen it. I'll have to have a look tomorrow. And
Sarah Jones, or is it Sarah? I've only seen the hype twice the other week. I've not seen it since. Yeah, I don't know how they're rolling it out. It's an interesting feature, though. If it's a way of sort of.
Is it kind of like?
It's like the like button,
but like more
on roids.
Yeah, is it like?
It's like a super like button.
Yeah, but I think there's already super likes in there.
Oh yeah. No.
Yeah,
there are. No
super comments or
no
something.
Super thanks.
That's the one. Yeah.
Super thanks. So if somebody really likes a video, and this always amazes me when people do this, if somebody like really, really enjoyed a video, like my Flat Earth historical documentary, then they could have said, "Oh, I'm going to send you a tenner for that. That was awesome."
Yeah,
and people do it. But it baffles me every single time. Super thanks and super chats.
Yeah.
But there's super stickers. Now there's the hype button. How many likes has this video got? I bet you it hasn't got anywhere near. Oh, there's 101 people. Oh, 99. Damn. Oh, there's the hook.
51 likes.
Well, 50% ratio isn't bad. Oh, now then, if we were having trouble pronouncing a name earlier on, let's say evening to Laurie. Oh,
I'm not even trying that one.
That word, that name looks like somebody has spelled out a yawn. So Laurie. And I think that's about as close as I'll be able to get it. My catch, the hype button was on your... Oh, hang on. Come back, Mike. Don't run away from the word of the Lord. The hype button was on your new video documentary, Cal.
You've really latched on to that phrase.
I have.
I'm a mini documentarian.
I am. And that's not because I'm only 5'9" either. They do, don't they? They do. And Anigman. I wish people wouldn't have such complicated to say names. Right. How do I get rid of that now? Like that. Everyone's doo-dooing in the side chat now. The hype button, Scotty Orange says, the hype button only shows up for me once in a while. I haven't figured out how or why. Yeah, I think it's like morph.
What is going on?
I don't. Let me just talk amongst yourselves. Just in case I needed a bit of lubrication. Firefly Kelly, good evening to you. It's a Finnish name. Blake my parents. Ah, right. All starting to fall into place now. Oh, there's a name I'm gonna struggle with given my speech patterns this evening. Careless. Sir sick in the house. No wonder all the whiskey disappeared. No whiskey over here. You know, hot take. It all tastes the same, and that taste is just burn. It's like dissolve some chili flakes in room temperature water. It'll be the same. I assure you. I wouldn't lie to you, honestly. I'm sure people are changing their names to really hard to say things now. Toivo, Pertamaki.
Braver than I am. I can't even.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, say it as you see it. I think that's a Welsh thing, isn't it? It's a lot of it's just you sort of said as it's spelled. Once you know all the letters.
A lot of stuff in the Welsh language is very phonetic.
You know, why, right? And I've known this word since I was probably before I went to junior school and how to spell it. Because I used to pay attention at one point in my life. Why the hell is... do you know how to spell phlegm?
Oh, I do and I don't.
I'm kind of contradicting myself because it's sort of spelled like it.
It is
like it's PHLEGM. Phlegm.
Phlegm.
Why?
Phlegm.
Why? There's a guy, right? And he's I tell who he is. Not Nobby Rocks. That's a porn star. Robbie Knox's brother on TikTok.
Yes.
And he's like I don't know if he studies etymology or if he's just, you know, some people have just got, I don't know, peculiar interests, and
he's brilliant.
He's awesome, and he will give so you know an ampersand, like the symbol for and.
Yeah.
He explained why it's not included in the alphabet anymore. Did you know it was? Because I sure as shit didn't.
No, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so you know, I can't remember his full explanation, right? But there was a way of linking two words. You know, if you say something and you say per se,
yeah.
So it was A per se D, but the A and the D meant something which I can't remember, and over time, A per se D. But you know that lost in translation thing,
eventually
and bitch on a pension, suck my dong.
Yeah.
It's like, it's that sort of, and it became ampersand instead of am per se D or whatever it was. I'm probably explaining it terribly. Look it up for yourselves, but I just found it really interesting. And a lot of the words we use today, he will get, and I can't think of any examples. I haven't got the memory stick for that. I haven't got the megabits, or what the hipsters say. I haven't got the bandwidth for that, man. But it's like he explains the evolution of words, for want of a better word.
Yeah, I love.
And the
stuff
better
like
word is etymology. I know, but,
yeah.
But yeah, it's so bloody interesting.
Yeah, Knox Study is the TikTok account. He is Robbie Knox's brother.
Yeah. So not Nobby Rocks.
No, I don't know his actual name, to be honest.
Don't Google Nobby Rocks.
But he's just he's one of those people that's just like extremely likable too.
Yeah.
I mean, Robbie Knox is the same, but it must run in their family.
There's another guy, right, on TikTok, and I will phrase this as in as PC a way as I possibly can. So there's a guy. So you know they always say there's a fine line between genius and insanity.
Yeah.
Right. And Einstein also said something along the lines of smart people always seem weird to stupid people.
Yeah.
Right? So there's this guy, and I can't remember his name, but the next time one of his videos up, I'll send it to you, and you gotta watch it, right? They're long. You will feel so stupid by the end of that video. You won't even want to wake up tomorrow morning.
I like
this guy, right? He's so you've got, I don't know, Professor Brian Cox, right? And then you've got, I don't know,
me,
Rain Man.
Right, yeah.
Right? And then there's a razor blade in the middle. And this guy is on that razor blade.
Right, okay.
And the things he explains, and it's his daughter's channel, and she'll say, okay, Callum, explain string theory. And he literally does an Elon Musk. And then he'll explain string theory.
Oh, I thought you were going to do a Nazi salute.
And it's like, what the hell? How does some people's see? That's what. But for me, right? So people have asked me why I don't debate people, right? And I've spoken about this before, and I'll speak about it again because I don't care one way or the other. I couldn't give a chunky's muff what anyone thinks about my choice not to debate people.
Sorry, 2 seconds. Is this directed at me or the chat?
Bit of both, really.
Because I'm dying for a pee.
Oh, bring another kind of fizzy pop out for you, Daddy, will you?
Right, okay. Be right back. I ate pee in midstream, but I even went for my pre-show pee. I don't know what's going on.
I didn't, and I still don't need one.
Crazy.
Yeah, I know.
What do you want? Another drink?
Yeah, just grab me another can of lemon, anything. Doesn't matter. And remind me what I was talking about before you leave.
I don't know. I'm trying to.
No, me. I hate those channels.
Oh, why don't you debate people?
Yeah, so I suppose the hipster way to explain it's a storage issue for me. So I've said this before. It's like I will not so much with flat Earth now because I've heard all the flat Earth nonsense so many times now. I feel like I could debunk it in my sleep. But my on-the-spot recall isn't as strong as it should be. And that's why I don't debate people. Yes, I'd be able to demonstrate to them why they're wrong, but I may have to do a little bit of a search to find out. Oh no, it's Andy is now a hamster on a council go-kart, which I fully approve. Stopping midstream gets more difficult as you get older. Yeah, it's more dangerous as well. Being good at debating is a skill that is completely unrelated to intelligence and or being correct. Yeah, excuse me. Other people have said that to me as well, and I've always been of the opinion that's just their way of going, yes, all right, not everybody's smart enough to debate. But I've seen that being talked about before, that it's it's I know that Cosmic Skeptic, Alex O'Connor, I find his debating style particularly interesting. He seems like a very, very good baiter, a master debater. Why did I call him a baiter? Oh, dear me. I'm losing the willy to live. Andy so is farting. It's real crap. Good evening, me. How are you? Not. I'm not talking to myself. Don't worry. There's somebody in the side chat called me. Yeah. So yeah, sick. I've had other people say that to me as well. That debating is a skill, and sadly, it's not a skill I possess. It's something I enjoy watching, but I don't know. It just, and especially with flat earthers, and I say and I say this with the greatest of respect for anybody who's good at debating, or anybody who enjoys debating, that it's not. It always seems pointless. Like, the playing chess with a pigeon analogy. It doesn't matter how much evidence you present to somebody who believes the earth is flat. They're just going to run around the chessboard, knock all the pieces over, and then declare themselves the winner because you couldn't finish the game. Or they do what FTFE has always been a master of getting them to do, and they rage quit, which roughly translates to any parents out there. They throw their toys out of their pram and have a temper tantrum and a poody and roll around on their back, holding their breath and kicking and screaming. That's exactly what they're like. And it just, it's like people who debate Kent Hovind. Why? He literally is a dinosaur. I don't understand what... I don't understand. I don't understand, if I'm being honest, why anybody would even want to talk to Kent Hovind in real life, let alone... I don't know. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Chedsy. Toddler tantrums. Yeah, that's what they do. Question for you in the side chat, Carl.
You just pulled that down. I just pulled it up onto the screen.
It?
Yeah,
I didn't know this.
That's why I pulled it up. I was going to say there's only one way to find out.
I'm just blindly clicking buttons at this point. But yeah, good evening, Rob Hoyle. I've stopped watching some debate. There's no names, but two people talking over each other, mostly about interrupting each other isn't fun. Yeah, like I say, I haven't. I think the last... I can't even think the last time I watched a debate, and certainly not a flat earth debate. I didn't even watch the TFE debate.
But I think the whole debate sort of, would you even call it a niche? Is that but there's so much...
I think so.
There's so much debate content online now that it's... I know this is kind of an extension of what you were just saying about flat earthers in general, but Jubilee are the worst for it. Lad Bible are bad as well. It's like...
You just reminded me of the last debate I watched. It was an astrophysicist against flat earthers on Jubilee.
Oh, there we go. But Jubilee, it's just debate for the sake of like inflammatory.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah.
They're technically holding debates.
Yeah.
But all they want is clips.
There we are. The side chat perfectly explains. I find most flirts are just in it for attention. No point platforming them except for mental gymnastics and entertainment. It wasn't much of a debate, which it wasn't and never has been. And there aren't any flat earth debates left. No, because the point is, and this ties us nicely back to why the title of this video is The Possibilities Are Endless. Because if I remain exclusively a flat earth debunker, the possibilities
are not
endless. But the end is a possibility. How do you like that one?
Very poetic.
Yeah, because people just do not seem to have the same appetite for watching flat earthers getting proven wrong as they did when I started doing this 7 years ago. And I also think that if you don't sort of evolve with people's expectations around content and what they find interesting to watch now, I think if I just ignore it and keep making flat earth videos, I think flat earth is so played out now. Somebody, I can't remember if we talked about this on last week's stream, how many flat earth debunking channels there were. I started, it was a handful of us.
We've talked about it in recent weeks.
Yeah, there was a handful of us, and now there's over 100 channels.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I think as well? But before you respond to that super chat, I think just the general landscape of things are changing. I think everyone has been so divided and arguing about every little thing essentially since 2020.
Yeah.
I think people are just kind of less inclined to watch something whereas I think the reason the word refreshing was used in your comment section quite a lot on Wednesday.
Yeah.
You didn't change the topic. You were still
under which video was it? My Flat Earth mini documentary?
Yeah, I don't know if you mentioned it, but underneath the Flat Earth mini documentary, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, refreshing." I mean, you're not talking about anything different.
No,
but the approach is different.
Yeah,
and I think people are just a bit. Everyone feels so beaten down at the minute. I think that people are like, "Can we just have some fun?"
Yeah, I agree.
Which was obviously. Well, obviously, that was the closing statement of the video. It was like, when are we just going to be able to have fun?
Exactly. And the thing is, I'll get comments sometimes that are so, I don't know, I don't even know if deep is the right word. And I look at the comments and I'm like, why do you care that much?
Yeah.
I've been doing what I've been doing on YouTube for 7 years. And I've enjoyed what I've done, and I still enjoy doing it. But the world is changing.
Yes.
And it would seem, because I've certainly seen it, all those lovely subscribers I picked up when I was exclusively making content about the final experiment, a lot of those people only subscribed so they could watch Final Experiment content. And once I was no longer making Final Experiment content, they didn't really want to watch. So that means that the Final Experiment went perfectly.
That I was about to say.
Because it has literally destroyed Flat Earth.
Yeah, and it was the nail
from
in the
the
coffin.
Inside out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's, you've had people abandoning ship. And now you've just got the real losers clinging on to it.
That's the problem is, other than, you've probably got your random gems like CC is still holding strong.
Yeah.
But a lot of, and I think I've seen comments saying this, a lot of the ones that are left now are just like the proper pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Do you know what like?
So the grifters. So Creaky just got a notification for your latest video. Well,
the supercut.
It might be that. It might be the supercut. So if that's well, if that's the case, well done, YouTube. That was fast.
Yeah,
because it only published 5 minutes ago.
Do you know? I only got the notification for last week's supercut last night. So that's how well YouTube does. 6 days later,
it's all over the shop, isn't it? All over the shop. But yeah, and I think that it's sort of it's done.
It did its job.
Yeah.
It did its job.
It did what it was. Its intention was to do exactly what it has done.
Yeah.
So conspiracy, I'll always know him as Conspiracy Cats, Al. Culture Cats, I think, was the channel it was on.
Yeah.
And I watched the video from him this morning. It was a bloody good video. In fact, I'm tempted to pull it up.
Okay.
And go into my history, Carl. Go into my history, and I'm tempted to show you the video. Just
Yeah.
is that it?
Yeah, but Dave Weiss in the thumbnail?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I want
give me a
to.
sec,
How
I'll
long
put-
is it?
It is 5-minute video.
Right, 5-minute video, and I'm gonna let it play, but I will chime in if I want to, or if I feel the urge,
Yeah.
which I quite often do. Yes, Chedsy, the one about Dirtbag Dave.
Right, Dave.
Yeah. Just you got to see it, Carl.
Okay.
Give the old full screen.
Right, all I can say is, even if you've gone off my content, I implore you to watch this. I genuinely.
Can everybody hear the audio from the video? Because it's pointless playing the video all the way through and then
Yeah.
Ooh, don't you just hate the nasal burp?
A tickly fizzy burp.
Yeah, audible. Yeah, they can hear it. Right, let it play.
Believe that people's well-being and safety
Let's just
depend on.
start quickly.
Yeah, go on then.
Right, all I can say is, even if you've gone off my content, I implore you to watch this. I genuinely believe that people's well-being and safety depend on getting this information out there. There's going to be no silliness, no messing about. Let's just get straight into this, and we'll keep it short and sweet. I was looking for a video to make this weekend, and I stumbled across deep inside the rabbit hole, Flat Earth Dave, David Weiss, whatever he goes by. Stumbled across his channel, 107,000 subscribers. A lot of you know him. And he had a video here about something called the Plasma Geo. It looks like it's some kind of wellness device. At the end of it, there was an email here, info@theflatearthpodcast.com. So I thought, I will email that. And it's not just YouTube, actually, he's putting that out. He's also mentioning it on Twitter as well, etc. But anyway, I emailed it. Before I did that, I wanted to make sure, because Flat Earth Dave often mirrors videos, that the email address at the end was actually his email and not the email of somebody that he was mirroring. But when I Googled the email address, it does appear that when he's on podcasts, this is the email address that's given us his contact information. So I was very confident. I could only assume that I was emailing Dave. So I said this: "Hi, Dave. I was just watching the latest video and wondered if you could give me a little bit more, tell me a little bit more about the Plasma Geo. So what it does, how much it costs, how it works, etc." This is what he told me, and it's sickening. He told me his good friends make it, but he handles the purchase process for them. I don't know the legality about whether I can show you his exact email or not at this point. If it turns out I can, I will. But for now, I'm just quoting him as accurately as I can.
See, no, this is where Al is a good guy. I probably would have just shown the email. Dave can suck a fat one if he don't like it. If he's gonna, I know some people in the side chat have seen this. You haven't seen this yet, but I have, so I know what's coming. And if anybody had even the slightest shred of doubt as to Dave Weiss's character being a complete scumbag who literally will sell his left bollock if the price is right, then this should forever cement that opinion in their psyche. And anybody who follows this guy now as if he's some modern day Jesus wannabe is just, well, they're beyond. They're
Extra H.
yeah, exactly. They're beyond repair. Let it play, Carl.
He told me his setup is about $12,000.
Bargain.
But he's only ever seen them perform miracles.
Ooh.
He told me he's seen people with stage 4. Now, you know what word this is. You know what word that is. Who were sent home to DIE.
Or
Right?
DAI.
He's seen them
in
completely
Wales.
recover. If anyone from YouTube is reviewing this, I am not endorsing this. I'm putting it out there as misinformation.
See the thing. So can you get the gist of it so far?
Yes.
You can see what the claim is. So So this is just something else that Dave Weiss is shilling, right? But if this was a real thing, then the person who invented this thing, they would already have received the Nobel Prize.
But
They would be so famous now that they wouldn't be able to peek through their net curtains without being recognized. So the claim is, as far as I can see, that this thing that Dave Weiss is now selling for the bargain price of $12,000. Well, it probably could be £12 because things that don't work can generally be pennies. But yeah, carry on watching it. It just goes to show, and this is why I always say, see, flat earthers are potentially dangerous, not for believing in flat Earth, but for some of the other things they believe in, and in some cases promote on their very large YouTube channels.
Yeah, this is shocking. The fact that there's definitely people who won't even have the capacity to. He's just taking advantage of people.
Mm-hmm.
He's taking advantage of people. Does anyone really think that if this stuff is out there, it's being funneled through well-known grifter Dave Weiss?
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Exactly. But me's got it right. Desperate, sick people won't notice.
That's the problem.
They'll just hear, we can fix it.
It's like that sort of faith healer adjacent, innit? You're selling them a lot.
Yeah, it's no different.
Yeah.
But if anything, this is worse because this is clearly just a blatant, out-and-out fictitious claim.
Right,
but go on.
I'm calling it misinformation so people don't fall for this. All right. He's told me people with Parkinson's that could not walk out after 3 sessions. He told me his friend had aggressive, this word here is colon. And again, you know what this word is. But now doctors can't find it. They can't find you know what that word is beginning with T. And again, I'm trying not to trigger warnings or anything like that. He told me if it wasn't out of my price range, he'll help me select the proper setup on a call.
So he's vetting a potential client now, making sure that he can afford it before he invests any more of his valuable time into the sales pitch. Because that's exactly what that is.
Yeah. He's
I worked in sales. You never take it further than knowing whether or not the person who is potentially your next customer has the ability to pay for what you're trying to sell them or hoping to sell them. So he's qualifying this inquiry. That's what it's called in sales. Qualifying the customer.
Okay. Or the replier did. When it comes to how does it work, he told me it creates a biomorphic field allowing life force to thrive in every cell. And this biomorphic field was transmitted in the old world by the natural infrastructure of free energy buildings. I mean...
pause that a minute, Cal. Put it back on the screen because I want to read it. Creates a biomorphic field allowing life force to thrive. It was clearly a load of shite, isn't it? Transmitted in the old world by natural infrastructure of free energy building. Do you know what free energy buildings are? I know it seems pretty self-explanatory, but if you see, if you travel to Barcelona, and see the unfinished cathedral, which is an absolutely astonishing piece of architecture. Why they still unfinished after hundreds of years, I don't. Well, I got a theory. It's in Spain, innit? That's what happens if you take time off for a kip every afternoon.
Maybe
your churches don't even get finished on time.
Maybe Swansea Council are building it.
Yeah. But there would be some people who would say because of its unusual appearance and its age, that's it's harnessing. I don't know. It's a long time since I've watched the free energy video, but it's harnessing the sun's energy and then transmitting it out as power. And really, because that's what they think nobody should have to pay for electricity.
Yeah, you've told me. So basically, magic then, basically. It's magic.
Yeah, magic. But the funny thing is, like, electricity is, it's not, you're not really paying for the electricity. You're paying for the method of delivery.
You're paying for
Because
the
how would you
infrastructure and-
harness electricity yourself?
Yeah, you're paying for the infrastructure.
Exactly. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, go back to it.
What does that even mean? Hogwash.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Exactly. Well, I said the first half was a load of shit, but that second half, I just happened
Really,
to remember free energy morons.
Yeah.
He said that he treated a friend with it. And after 15 sessions,
Dr. Dave.
the growth he was treating hadn't reduced in size. Now, it was a non-cancerous growth, thyroid, so it was non-cancerous, which is good. But he said it didn't reduce in size. Now, I obviously would interpret that to be, obviously, it doesn't work. But he followed that up by saying, well, would it have been bigger if not treated?
Right. See? So, again, that was a diversion tactic. He acknowledged in the first sentence that it did nothing for his friend that Dr. Dave treated for 15 sessions.
Yeah.
But instead of saying, so sadly it doesn't work all the time, he's just made a failure into a positive by going, yes, but what would it have looked like without my treatment? It would have looked exactly the same, you tit. Because you're a douchebag online scam artist, flat earther. You're not a doctor, Dave. Yeah, you're not all right. Debatable D. Creaky, here where I am, people are pretending to be police officers and going to elderly people, warning them of scams and saying they will take their money and jewelry to the lockup. It's such a negative thing to say, but it's like everyone's nuts.
I know it feels like such a tired thing to say at the minute.
Yeah.
But the world has just
It's
gone
like,
to shit.
yeah.
Like obviously I know there's always been horrific people around, but this exact example here is people pretending to be police officers to avoid scammers being the scam.
I know.
I feel like that really does just sum up where we are at the minute.
I know. It's like, how do people even then know who to trust? I'm definitely not looking at these two super chats now because Brian Pop Robson just reminded me that there have been some super chats I hadn't talked about. I was building the anticipation, Brian. How very dare you? Can you imagine you hosting an adult spelling bee with other YouTubers? I would hype button that. God, I'm going to check the spelling. Spelling, and I would be completely lost without spell checker. And yeah.
Ooh, super chat.
To Fenris, people who are susceptible to one conspiracy theory are prime targets for others, such as anti-vax, etc. Keep up the good work, Creaky. Yeah, it was no surprise to me, definitely, I can't speak for other people, but it was no surprise to me that when the old lager lurgy kicked in, that a lot of these flat earth types and moon landing deniers and conspiracy theorists in general, they all became overnight virologists and cellular biologists, and they knew better than than other people. But people are nuts, completely off their tree, and that's why it goes back to that question. Like when people have asked me, and I still get asked this, what would I do if flat Earth disappeared? What are you trying to say? There are no other stupids on the internet? Because if you are making that claim, I think you might be disappointed or potentially very shocked.
Yeah.
Just pick a real topic, and there will be a conspiratorial version of it. I'm certain of it.
That probably is true. You could probably do a video on that alone. I guarantee you can pick out almost every single major event, and there will be a conspiratorial narrative on the other side.
Now then, the people who watch me know I'm not a conspiracy theorist, nor do I entertain conspiracy theorists. However, I nearly developed my own.
You did.
Just yesterday. Or was it? No, it wasn't yesterday. It was the day before. It was Saturday yesterday, when it was on Friday.
Yeah.
So, my lovely wife fancied a nice coffee. So I said, well, McDonald's is just there. Is it okay for McDonald's? Yeah, it's fine. So we went in there. Could I have a nice latte and a flat white, please? Our iced coffee machine is broken. You know, like when the ice cream machine is broken, McDonald's. So I thought, bugger. And I said, fine, that's all right. I'll reverse out. Oh, you can't. Well, I'm reversing. I'm a rebel. Watch me do it. So I reversed out and I go to the next McDonald's, which is located very close to a well-known supermarket. Callum, I'm sure you know what I mean. And I pull into the drive-thru. Could I have an iced latte, please, and flat white? Oh, our iced coffee machine is broken. Oh, hang on a second. You mean to tell me that I've been to 2 different McDonald's today and they are both suffering at the same time from the exact same malfunction? Now, there's a conspiracy for you. What is it McDonald's don't want us to know about iced coffee and the way they make their ice creams?
It's all a conspiracy by Big Milk.
Yeah, Big Milk. If there's something going on, because how does that happen? How does that happen?
I don't know why they always say broken and don't just say down for maintenance.
Yeah.
I feel like that would annoy a lot less people.
Or just like, Stevie isn't in today and only he knows how to work the ice latte machine. I don't understand it. It's like a weird, it's like the head office has got in. Now, if I had gone to 3 different McDonald's and they'd all said, our till system is down. We used to have one in the vape shop. We know they can go down. Mm-hmm. That would be like, bugger, I bet that's causing you problems today. You know, feel sorry for you. But head office isn't controlling all the iced coffee machines in every branch of McDonald's. So, you've witnessed 2 unusual things tonight. I had an idea live on stream, and I'm developing my very own conspiracy theory. I might make a deep dive or mini documentary about it. But, it's... I could get behind a conspiracy like that because it really wound me up. It's like, because it's like, no, you've just been told to lie to everyone. Why do you really not want to make you? I bet you've run out. Do you know what? I bet they ran out of ice because those 2 are owned by the same guy, that farmer from Carmarthen.
I think aren't all the ones around you owned by the same guy?
Basically, anything from Swansea until you plop into the Irish Sea is owned by the same farmer.
Crazy. Old MacDonald had a farm.
And 49 McDonald's restaurants. E-I-E-I-O. Old MacDonald was dyslexic. APQTF. But yeah, it just winds me up. I can't stand being lied to. I think that's why I don't like conspiracy theorists, because I know they're lying and everyone else they speak to knows they're lying. But the most annoying thing is they know they're lying as well. They just choose to continue lying.
It's all big one lying circle.
Robert X. Oh, Elon's mate. CB is clearly AI. No human can be that funny looking. Yeah. Well.
CGI mustache.
CGI. Oh, we could have just remade the clip.
There we go.
Because that's literally all I did in that video.
Was that from just a random video?
Yeah. It was. Do you know, I think it might be the Mark Sargent video, actually, the most views on my channel. Because the funny thing was with that before, the coolest thing that's ever happened around the older CG is I had a random email off, I can't remember who it was now, but somebody sent me a link to a YouTube video, and it was like a channel with like, I don't know, like 5 or 6 million subscribers.
Yeah.
And it was a female presenter. What was it? I can't even remember now. But anyway, it was a presenter. I can't remember if it was a guy or... It doesn't matter. And they said, or as Creaky Blinder would say, and then they played my C, and it was the coolest thing ever.
Huh, that is cool.
Yeah, it just sort of... It was just something I said, like, love you, bye, at the end of the video. I've told that story. Somebody, speak to my wife on the phone. Yeah, okay, see you in a bit, right? Love you, bye.
Yeah.
And I had, I don't know why, but maybe I had just come off the phone or something, and I was recording a bit, and I went, love you, bye. And then I thought, no, I'm going to leave that in, actually.
Yeah. And now it's like
And now it's like, if I don't say it,
yeah.
people are like, oh.
Yeah.
It's like when I didn't put a dad joke at the end of the Flat Earth documentary, and people were saying, oh, where's the dad joke? And it was like, yeah, I want it with videos like that, they need to just end.
Yeah.
I don't want to
think
give
so.
any clues at all that it's getting close to the end.
Yeah.
And I know I play like the Japsec. The Japs I use at the end of the Jacksepticeye meme thing I use. This is the best thing on the internet clip. I always play that, then I do the dad joke. But yeah, it just, with those sort of deep dives, documentary, bloody video essays, I think they just need to finish. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
On it, I mean, I make a statement and then it's done.
Yeah.
End card. There's no, thanks for watching. I don't know, because I did feel a bit thing about
bit rude,
but yeah, almost, yeah. Like I was being like
dismissive,
disrespectful to the people who had just taken, like, I don't know, 26 minutes out of their day to watch me. But I don't know. It's just one of those things. But I see loads of people do it. A lot of the channels I watch, they don't give any clues. The videos just
end.
They don't say bye. Some do, but yeah, it's just one of those.
J Oasis, there are 2 dad joke supercuts on the Creaky Blinder Show channel.
Oh yeah, I put that there so that I'd remember to address it, and I still forgot because I didn't look over here. Yeah, there are 2 dad joke supercuts. One was last week or the week before.
Yeah, I want to say last Monday maybe, and the other one was a couple of months back. Every now and again, I get bored, and then I just put together a compilation video of the dad jokes from the end of the video. So keep an eye out for them. They are, I release them now and again.
Yeah. Dave Messer, Creaky Please, how was the project? I mean, I've emailed my balloon launching cohort this week, and I'm waiting for a response. Hopefully, this response will contain at least an approximation of when I can expect to be able to launch this balloon, which I honestly wish I had never mentioned. I had no idea that it would be so complicated and so time consuming, but there's other factors as well.
However, I will say, as annoying as it has been that it's taken this long, we really wanted to do this a long time ago. I feel like timing wise, the way we've sort of turned what we're going to angle this video as, I think the timing is very
I can see it sort of finishing with, like I said to you the other day.
Yeah, wait. So, I don't know if you. No, I don't know if you should.
Spoiler.
No, I don't know if you should. I think.
Okay, I won't.
No, I think we've got a very. Yeah, I think it should be a surprise.
Yeah. But it's. I want it to be. I think I've already said this. I want it to be like
a mic drop.
Like a mic drop sort of.
Moment.
It's just because I can honestly see, as long as I frame these deep dive videos, these video essays, in a way that's of interest to the people who are already subscribed to me, I think I can't see it going any differently to. I can't remember whether it was 3 years ago. It may have even been 4 years ago. I got a funny feeling it was before COVID, where I just went, there was about, I don't know, like a 4-month gap on my channel where I didn't even say the words Flat Earth.
Yeah.
I had such a gutful that I just thought, I'm going to make videos about other stuff. That's why I made a video about, on Friday about sovereign citizens, because I just find them funny to watch. And my approach to my content has always been, well, if it tickled my funny bone, then hopefully there'll be other people who will enjoy, you know, looking at it with me type of thing. But I don't know. I don't know if it's...
I think as well, that new style of video, you're gonna bring a new perspective to it as well.
Yeah, this is what I'm hoping, see. So, you know, like people, and you've seen this as well, Cal, in comments and stuff. It's like, and it says it in my channel art and everything, doesn't it? You know, I've always approached flat earth debunking with the level of contempt I think it deserves. It's completely ridiculous. So I approach it as such.
Yeah.
And I know I can't necessarily do that with video essays or with deep dives, mini documentaries, explainers, whatever you call them. But I can still make those videos creaky videos.
Yeah, 100%.
If that makes sense. And that, there we are. There's another one to add to the list.
Yeah, I think that's dead, though. I think that's deader than flat earth.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's one of those things.
Or maybe
you know,
they're just not framed as Karen videos as such anymore.
You know, I'm adding it to the list anyway, because I got a list. And it's just, I think it's one of those things. I agree with you. The Karen niche is like, nah, it's gone now. Nobody cares. But
yeah, but people...
Have you ever sat down and thought, oh, why did a certain demographic of middle-aged women suddenly start being referred to as Karens? Who was the first Karen?
Yeah, I guess.
Who's the original Karen?
Yeah, well,
I think it's that woman out of...
It is. It's John and Kate.
John and Kate +8, yeah.
It was her haircut. It was a photo of her that became known as the Karen haircut.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know...
Well, in my last video I made about Karens, I had like a blonde Karen wig on.
Yeah.
That was her. I just, you know, when you do a background removal, I just got rid of her and kept her hair and put it on my head.
She was like the original reference photo, I think.
Yeah.
And then obviously everyone lost their mind in 2020. And I think a lot of people were being caught on camera and it just happened to be a certain demographic of people.
Yeah.
And then, well, from then until now, anyone who's named Karen, I feel so bad for you.
So she was the alpha Karen.
She was the alpha Karen.
Yeah. But
what is? Can you imagine?
But you know, just from the side chat now I've added the jet fuel hawks Karens. You know, so
100% me as well. It's not just middle-aged, young and elderly. I will say this till I'm blue in the face. The most issues I have ever had in customer-facing roles is with elderly people.
Yeah.
They are, like, on average, an absolute nightmare.
Yeah. I'm starting to get to the age now where I will pretty soon no longer have the right to complain about it. But the number of times an elderly person, as you know, I will always hold doors for people. It's the polite thing to do. I don't care if it's a young woman with a baby in a pushchair, or if it's Maud from round the corner on her Zimmer frame, who I know is going to take 5 minutes to get to. I'll hold the door. But nothing pisses me off more than when I hold the door for somebody and they say nothing. I am the type, I will literally go, "You're welcome."
Yeah.
But it just seems unnecessarily rude.
Yeah.
You know, good manners are free. We've all got them built in. It's just only some of us choose to use them. But then there's some people who just, they just don't seem to have any kind of capacity to recognize that sometimes, you know, you may be walking into Asda, bloody Tesco's, Morrison's, Happy, it can be any, and somebody will hold the door open for you and you say, "Thank you, mate."
Yeah.
That you may be the first person they've spoken to today.
Yeah.
And you may have just made their day.
Yeah.
See, I can do good things as well.
And just recognition in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Thank you for noticing that I did something nice. And Brian, no, I will say on the other hand, I should have probably been more full in my answer, right? Not ageist, nothing wrong with old people. They are either the worst customers to deal with or the absolute best. And it seems to be no in between. because they are either like we used to get a lot of old blokes who'd come in and they would just be, you know, just typical old blokes. So they're cracking jokes and blah blah blah. So it's either that, or they've been so unhappily married for 60 years that they take their frustration out on everyone else around them. It's usually one or the other.
Are you starting to think about a certain customer of ours when we had the vape shop who lives not too far from us and was just a massive, old, entitled, stringy, smelly piece of knob cheese?
I can't.
Have you got my juice? Have you got my juice, boys? No, we haven't. What do you mean? What do you mean? It's my juice. Why are you going?
Oh, yeah, that guy.
You still alive?
That guy. No,
yeah.
I know exactly.
That's the type of person that really winds me up.
Oh.
I'm old, therefore I deserve your respect.
Yeah.
No, you don't. Respect is earned, not given. It's a two-way street. I don't care how old you are, how young you are. If you're a dick, you're a dick. If you're polite, if you've got good manners, it shows. And people like people with good manners.
Yeah, and I genuinely think, right, I understand everyone has good and bad days. It's not hard to be pleasant in public.
No.
It's not hard.
Exactly.
And I hate the people going, oh, yeah, but, you know, they might be having a bad day. It's like, yeah. And there's been a bit dismissive and maybe not really wanting to chat and cutting a conversation dead.
Yeah. But
then there's just being a knobhead. And I don't care how much of a bad day you're having. Don't be a knobhead to me. I didn't do anything.
Yeah, exactly. It was like I said when he was talking the other day, it was like, I didn't kill you, dog.
Yeah.
How did I know your dog had died?
Literally the same thing, yeah.
But it does prove you never know what somebody else is going through or has gone through.
Yeah, everyone is seeing it through the lens of how their day is going.
Yeah, exactly. And your day may be going a damn sight worse than mine.
Yeah,
or it could be going a lot better.
That's why I always think, now, if someone's like, you know, a bit of a knob or whatever, most of the time I just think, you're clearly having a bad day. It's not my problem.
Yeah.
It makes no difference. It's no skin off my tits.
Yeah, it's just...
If you're going to be a grumpy old fart in public, that's your decision. It's not going to ruin my day.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's like I was food shopping the other day, and there was a little lady there, even smaller than Mrs. Blinder.
Yeah.
And you couldn't do me a favor, love, and reach. She asked.
Yeah.
She didn't ask me. She asked Mrs. Blinder.
Yeah.
Who is 5'1". And I just reached over the two of them, and is it this one, is it? But I don't know. But again, see, that's another thing as well. And I know this is going off on a tangent, but it's something that always interests me, is the way people may interpret what sort of person I am based off the way I appear to them.
Yeah, that's 100% going to be a factor in it. A lot of people. Because...
Yeah, you know, do other little old ladies look at me and think, well, he's tall enough to reach the beans, but he's got tattoos on his face.
Yeah, especially older.
I better not ask him. He might
be nasty.
He might be mean, and he might follow me home and murder me in my sleep.
It's really strange though, because
not with a mustache like this, I would.
Yeah, like I get, you know, people definitely will do that.
Of course they
will.
Like, we all do it. Even I do it probably. No, I've seen people going, bloody hell.
But that's what I was about to say is strange.
She looks hard. I'm not going to give her any lip. She fill me in.
Yeah, I think people a lot of the time will look at something that's not what they're used to, and it makes them uncomfortable. Obviously, this could be a much bigger picture conversation, but like so whereas some people might look at you and go, oh, I think he might, you know, not be approachable because he's bald and's got tattoos. I'm way more inclined to go and stand next to the bald bloke with tattoos in a bar if I feel uncomfortable.
Same as me.
Because I probably know we're going to have something in common. But if there's, you know, Ibiza Weekender and his boat shoes and his Ralph Lauren t-shirt, I'm staying as far away from him as possible.
Exactly.
Even though he kind of looks safe and normal, to me, he's other. So that makes me uncomfortable.
So we were somewhere... It was McDonald's, actually.
Been there a lot.
And these two, I can only describe them as gym bros, came out. And they were giving it the old, you know, bro and look at my muscles. And they'd both clearly been to Turkey and loved the sunbed. Now, have you seen the new Goldie Looking Jane video that's just come out about turkey teeth?
I have, yeah.
That's what their teeth were actually like. You know, the funny cartoon ones the GLC boys have got on in the.
Yeah.
That's what they looked just complete. Is that? And I know it's not right but is that what the average guy your sort of age, Carl? Unfortunately,
Yeah.
thinks
Yes.
that women think that's attractive. It's like, mate, you look a bit of a twat.
Yeah, it's the whole like Love Island.
Yeah,
sort of
that's it. The Love Island.
It's that reality TV look. It's I don't know.
Yeah.
I tend to think of those people who tend to have zero personality and are trying to make up for it by.
Yeah, they're definitely lacking in something.
Yeah.
I'm not singling Jay Vers out. I show no sympathy for someone who's having a bad day and makes the choice to take it out on other people.
Yeah.
I agree with you and disagree with you at the same time. Because to me, it's not about sympathy. It's about empathy. It's about possessing the ability to try just for a second, if it's called for, to just stop and think, well, oh, shit, yeah, so you're definitely having a worse day than me then. Okay, we'll just leave it there and I'll carry on with my day and leave the door slam in your face. So, you know, people say sympathy, but I always look at it as empathy. It's not about feeling sorry for a person. It's about, you know, wondering.
Do you know, I have actually
wondering what, you know, just because it's not happening to you, it doesn't mean it's not happening to them type of thing. Does that make sense?
I have an example of this from literally less than 24 hours ago. So when I went to pick up my Indian takeaway last night,
Yeah.
you know the young girl who works in there.
Yeah.
She was, bless her, she was rushed off her feet, right? Running around like a headless chicken. I swear she had 2 phones on the go at once at one point.
Yeah.
She
I've been down
here.
there. She's like a takeaway ninja.
Yeah, she's running all over the place. Fair play to her, right? She was clearly not having the best evening, very stressed. So obviously I'm only stood like 2 foot from her. So I can hear the things she's like muttering under her breath. She was frustrated with with her boss and whatever.
Yeah.
If I was that rude type of customer, I could have gone, excuse me, there's no need for that, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But it's like you said, empathy.
Yeah.
The first thing I thought was, I can relate to that. Everyone's had a really shitty, stressful day at work.
Yeah.
Why am I now? Because technically she was acting unprofessional. Why would I make her day worse?
Yeah,
now?
exactly.
What's the point?
But some people will. Some people
love it.
Enjoy to do that.
Yeah.
But it's like, I saw it's always a bloody TikTok video. And there was one the other day, and it was a skit. It was, and this guy walks into a restaurant, pizza restaurant in America. Sorry, guys, I know it's 5 minutes till closing, but can I have a whole pepperoni pie? Because Americans call pizza pie, even though it is not a pie.
Yeah.
And you can hear in the background, oh, what? And then he said, have you seen it?
I think
I may have
it's a
said
skit.
that it was the sort of thing I'd say. Yeah, it is a skit.
Yeah,
it's the sort of thing. And he said, oh, actually, could you make that too? And then he's like, oh, no, no, really? It was brilliant.
Yeah, and it keeps, it's like 6 milkshakes.
Yeah.
Oh, 6 milkshakes. Yeah.
But it's that sort of, you know, it's that sort of.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Don't you? It's you don't know.
Like what comes from me, especially within like customer service, I'm very thingy with it because most of my work in life has been customer facing roles.
Yeah.
I know it's not hard. If the person's being rude to you, right? I've said this on this show. I think every customer service worker should be allowed to knock out 1 customer per year. They're not allowed to know when you have or haven't used it. So everyone's always on edge. So don't give them lip. But I know as long as your customer is being pleasant, even if they are a bit, you know, you get very frustrating customers, we'll say.
Yeah.
It's not hard to just have a bit of patience with them and not be rude about it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's an excuse to be a shit customer service person. If you can't hold it together to be pleasant in front of the customer, do a different job.
Yeah, so I've got this thing that I say, and I said it this morning, funnily enough, went to buy paint, and there's some people who are just better designed, better suited, they have the right temperament for it, and then there's others that don't, so some people, like I've said before, anybody with the brain power can study and become a doctor, but only some people would make a good doctor,
Yeah.
regardless of how smart they are. And it's the same with retail. Some people just don't have the temperament for it.
Yeah.
The same as waiting tables. Some people just they don't have the personality for that.
Yeah.
And then, it's like, we went this morning, it's like, £47, please. Do you want the receipt? No, no, of course I don't. Nothing ever goes wrong with anything you buy from B&M, does it? So I'm never, yes, I want the receipt.
Yeah.
Sorry if it's too much. I know you've got to reach all the way to your right and rip a piece of paper that gets pre-cut for you anyway. But and I know it's like, save paper and all, but it's just the way. Would you like a receipt, sir? No, that's fine. I don't need it. Save paper.
Yeah,
but it's
all I'm ever looking for in public or between like a customer and whatever server interaction is just a generally pleasant interaction. I don't think that is a high bar to set your public interactions, just make it generally pleasant. I'm not asking you to, be my best buddy, give me a hug and pat on the back. I don't want you to touch me, but like, I just.
But I will also say this, and I know this was a thing in Asda, and you work there.
Ugh.
When you're going through the checkout, got any plans for the rest of the day?
Yeah, I do. And
what the hell's it going to do with you?
It's none of your business. So
I got loads of plans, and you're not going to know what any of them are. You nosy little git.
No, it's annoying. In Asda, you're told to make conversation with every single customer, and the flaw in that is not everyone wants to talk. So like they'll have a go at you if you don't, but you're like, that person clearly. This is what I mean. That person's clearly having a bad day and isn't in the mood for chit chat.
Yeah.
Let's just do what we need to do.
Yeah.
And crack on. But no, Asda want you to be in their face.
Yeah.
And it's the worst company to work for. The worst.
I get the logic in what they do, and they want the interactions between customers and employees
American
to be. But that's what they want. They want it to be friendly, and
they want American service.
Yeah, but
we're not in America.
No, exactly. Exactly.
In the UK, you're lucky if your server doesn't spit in your food.
Yeah, exactly. You never complain about food in the UK
unless you want spit in it.
And Dave, I have been to many Walmarts, many Walmarts. I even have stories, like about one in particular where I was stood in the queue, and I will admit this was during my trip to America where I had my dreads. So I probably made the situation worse, but I had sort of a tap on the shoulder, and I just turned like it. And the next thing, this old Rasta guy was singing Bob Marley to me, and he was really getting into it. And I thought, right, if I look away now, I'm gonna look like I think he's a weirdo, even though that's exactly what I think. We're in a supermarket. Why are you singing Bob Marley to me? But he was going on, don't worry about a thing. And it's like he was waiting for me to join in. And I love her sing, but not in the queue in Walmart. It's like everyone's looking at me now just because they can hear me speaking. But but I think that's what Asda, because Asda is part of Walmart, and they've expected that level of customer services. Like some of the places we went in New Jersey, some of the table staff were so friendly. I wanted to bring them home with me.
Yeah.
They were just so nice.
But that's the thing is, I personally, I've seen a few people saying this in the chat as well, is I find that kind of service very off-putting.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, why are you all up in my business? I don't want.
But it's weird. When we
I
were
know
in
it's because they want
America,
tips. But
when we were in America, it didn't seem as intrusive because I could literally have been, well, actually, I'm the 3rd Earl of Dorset, and
that's what
I'm actually here incognito. So if I could have been anyone I wanted.
I think that's what it is. You knew you were in the States.
Yeah.
You knew what to expect.
It was
kind of like the novelty of it for you.
Yeah.
But when you walk into a shop in the UK and they tried to give you that service.
Yeah, you look at them like they're a weirdo.
Shut up, you freak.
Yeah,
we're not in
what are you on
America.
about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a nice day now.
Jack Whitehall had a joke about it. I can't remember the whole thing, but it's like, I'm here for a phone, not a friend.
Yeah.
But that's literally what it is, yeah.
That's all I could have been. The Marquis of Merthyr.
I thought it said Marquis. The Marquis of Merthyr, I thought that said.
Yeah, that's because we call the pub the Marquis Arms, but it's not. It's the Marquis Arms.
Shut up.
Yeah.
But everyone calls it the Marquis.
Yeah.
It's the Marquis Arms.
I think so, yeah. But I could be wrong. Magical Cackle says, I hate places in the US that do that, but that's still Ben Speed. Where's she gone? Come back, Magical Cackle. You ran away. I hate the places in the US that do that. I don't need or want someone to come and check how things are going every 10 minutes. See, now, when I was going to like Crystal's Diner in the morning, to me, that was half the fun of it, is having the grumpy old woman who'd been a waitress there since JFK was in power.
But again, I think
and it's like, you want more coffee?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, please. Oh, what, really?
Yeah.
Can't you see how old I am and the coffee pot's all the way over there? So, but you asked.
Yeah. But again,
do you want me to go and get it for you? Because British. No,
Yeah.
don't worry, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I won't have any more coffee.
Yeah.
Well, no, I have to now.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
But again, I think that's novelty. I think it was fun for you. Like you were saying, it was half the fun of going to Crystals. But I don't know. Would you want that every single day for the rest of your life?
Yeah, so it probably would. It could get quite tiresome quite quickly, I think. It's but I don't know, for me it was part of the experience of being in America.
Yes.
Like when we were watching, so the YouTube channel I was mentioning at the beginning of the stream is called Wendell, and he's a travel vlogger. He is literally got his GoPro camera and he sort of does a Google search of all the places he shouldn't go. And those are the places he goes to.
Yeah.
So I've been to Atlantic City a couple of times. Enjoyed it. It was a great experience. And I was told by my very gracious host, Christopher Shapley, DVM, CVA, CVH, CVFT, that the boardwalk, relatively safe. The street at the front of the sort of the casino resorts, relatively safe. The little shopping district, relatively safe. But then 2 streets up, whatever you do, don't go up there. Do not go up there. And what this guy Wendell does, he goes up there.
Yeah, he goes up there.
And he usually is. I've noticed, because we've been watching him pretty much all day today. And I've noticed he's got 2 methods that he uses. If it's somewhere, so an episode I watched this afternoon, he wanted to visit Queens, specifically Jamaica Queens, because he was a bit younger than me, 47, I think he said he is, but he was a big 50 Cent fan.
Yeah.
So he wanted to see the house where Curtis Jackson was
grew up and shot outside.
Raised and shot outside, yeah.
Yeah.
And but the area's been cleaned up and everything now, and it looks like I said, well, I'd live there.
Oh, is it like
really, yeah, it's all been cleaned up now.
Oh, is it?
But you know, with Jamaica Queens, he had another travel vlogger who is from Jamaica but now lives in Birmingham, where Wendell is from, and he met him in Jamaica Queens because he knows a lot of people who live in Jamaica Queens.
From Jamaica.
He knows a lot of the store owners, because there's like loads of jerk chicken joints and, you know, that kind of thing. So, or the other thing he does is he will have his own Chris.
Right.
Somebody he knows that he can go and stay with, who's local to that area, and can show him where to go, where not to go. Because I'm sure, even where I've been in Jersey, well, I'm sure, because it's been pointed out to me, that there are, you know, and I won't say the area now, even though I have before, because, you know, Chris is here and I don't want to sort of let people know where he lives, but it's a lovely area. But then you go like 5 or 6 blocks in one direction or the other, and you're in the middle of like Penlan on
the slums, like
3 o'clock on a Saturday morning in outside the Penland Social Club. You know, it's
London's very
it's
much
not
like
great.
that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly.
You can cross a single road in London and go from everyone's got a 50 grand watch to you better not show that £100 watch because it's getting snatched off your wrist.
Because that's what I don't understand with travel vloggers like Wendell, how he's never had his, well, he may have, I haven't been watching him that long, but has he ever been has he ever had his gear nicked? Or is that why he only uses a GoPro? Is he got multiples of them? If somebody grabs one and does a run there, it's like, well, gutted, but I'll just have to go back to the room and grab another one now. But
that's a whole niche on YouTube.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm really enjoying it. And this guy, he's got stretches like me. He's bald, and it's just, it must be a very expensive niche to be successful in, though.
It's travel content. A lot of people do
because he's spending money on tickets, hotels, and I know what my American trips cost. So to be doing that, I think last year, he spent about 8 months of the year in America.
Yeah.
Traveling and, filming videos and, all that kind of thing. But he goes to the places where tourists shouldn't go. And it just makes his content so interesting. And it's funny because he was in the Bronx as well. And he wanted to go and see the house Jennifer Lopez was brought up in. I know Jenny from the block.
Yeah.
But it's a nice block.
Yeah, apparently.
But, she's framed it. But I get...
No, but a lot of those areas of New York are being gentrified now.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of... you look at let me think of an area. King's Cross, maybe?
Yeah.
40 years ago, you could buy a house in King's Cross for like 30 grand because it was like a working class area. And now, if you bought a house, there's people's nans out there who bought their house in King's Cross in the 60s who are sitting on millions now because those areas were just, gentrified. And now, but with Jennifer Lopez, not that I've ever done like a proper deep dive, apparently Jenny from the block is a bit of an exaggeration. Apparently she ain't really from the block.
No, but
I don't know.
She's from a block.
Yeah, she's from a block,
not necessarily the block.
Yeah,
it's but it's funny, and one thing I noticed because I did a lot of driving around America as well, and it was, and I can think of one particular example. It was the first time I stayed in New York City, which was horrifically expensive.
Yeah.
It was insane. I could have had a week in Benidorm for a night in New York, but anyway. And it's when we left the city then, and we weren't going straight back to Jersey, we wanted to go to other places. And one minute I was driving along and I'd be passed by a Ferrari, and then there'd be a Porsche, and I don't know, a souped up muscle car. And then I was sat at some lights, did a tight right. It was almost a U-turn. I started climbing up. Oh, I'm going through an industrial estate here. And I thought, I bloody hope this sat-nav knows where it's going. And the next thing, I was on the set of Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
I just shat myself. And it was getting dark by that point. And I was like, so this is how it ends then.
Yeah. It reminds me of the time we got lost in Brixton when years ago.
Yeah, when I had a 4-litre petrol Grand Cherokee Jeep on 20-inch wheels, black everything, including the windows, and we were lost in the middle of Brixton.
Yeah, and I think that was the first time I ever saw an armed police officer.
Yeah, the one I asked for directions back to the M4.
And he looked at you like you were mental.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. You've been very helpful.
Yeah.
But it's, and that's one thing I noticed. You know, here, if I blindfolded you now and drove you to the Mayalls, or to Pennard, and dropped you off there, you wouldn't wonder if you were in a good or a bad area. And by the same token, if I blindfolded you and dumped you in the middle of Bonin Mine or Blaenau Mice or Skewen, you would know that you're not in as nice an area. But in America, and I'm sure it's different all over America, but certainly the part I've had experience of. It was very difficult for me as a tourist to be able to tell whether I was in a good place or a bad place.
Yeah.
You know, it's blatantly obvious.
But then do you also find, because you're like a literal foreigner in the country, obviously we were just saying London is the same, but you get a feeling a little bit in London where you're like, maybe we shouldn't have walked this way.
Yeah.
You do get that little feeling.
Yeah.
But maybe if you're a foreigner in London, that fear might be way more intense.
Yeah. Oh, but in America, it would be like, why did I walk this way?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Well, I got a gun in my mouth.
Yeah. Well, no, but in London, you still not a gun, but you could quite easily get a knife pulled on you if you walk down the wrong road.
Exactly.
But I wonder how much of that fear aspect is because you're not from there also.
Yeah. Somebody has just said in the side chat as well, right? And this takes me back to a car journey we had with Chris, right? And he literally was able to show me the other side of the tracks.
Is there?
Now, I can't remember where we were, right? I want to say it was where Danny DeVito's from.
Jersey?
Yeah, the party's from.
Oh, I don't remember now.
Was it Trent? It was Trenton, Chris. Was it? Do you remember? And there was a literal railroad running parallel with the road we were driving on, and Chris said something along the lines of, "Oh, you wouldn't want to go there." That is literally what people mean when they say the other side of the tracks. You're fine here, but on the other side of those tracks, not so much.
Yeah.
And it was just weird that
it's night and day. And
you can be driving along, you know, I'm thinking Asbury Park. That was it, Chris.
Yes.
Asbury Park. That was it.
Yeah.
But it interested me a lot that you could be driving along like Trenton was all bad. I've got a little story about Trenton as well. But you can be driving along and there'll be a huge, you know, the big posh house on the main road up there, the one I like, it's raised up off the road.
Yeah.
You'll see a house like that, and then like a static caravan on the next lot.
Yeah.
And then the next lot, there may be a house that looks a bit like ours, maybe. And then there's a house that looks as if the last time it was painted, electricity wasn't invented.
And then they were still ruling.
Yeah, and then there'll be another mansion.
Yeah.
But like over here, there's
areas
and posh houses go in that area. Then council housing or is it project housing would be the American equivalent.
Government housing.
Government housing, is it? Yeah, but that would be all in one area. Do you know what I mean? But out there, it doesn't seem to be like that.
Scattered.
But with Trenton, so we went to Gardens for Sculpture, Chris, I want to say it was called. And we came out through Trenton, which is Section 8 housing. That's what Americans call what we call council housing, state housing, government housing, whatever. But anyway, so we were going through Trenton, and we were Grounds for Sculpture. Thank you, Chris. And we were just like chatting. I was in the passenger seat. Chris was in the driver's seat. And Chris was sort of leaning over and sort of fumbling around. And it was like, have you dropped money, Chris, have you? Because that's that in Wales, you would have definitely been looking for a £1 coin for the trolley in Tesco's. But he was like, no, I'm reaching for something. And, got it. And it was an implement designed for our protection.
Right.
Not one that goes bang, bang, but more stick-like.
Yeah.
But it was like, this with three quite pasty-looking people who were really going to stand out. So it's just in case. It's one of those areas that...
It's just a bit iffy.
It's Billy Club. I couldn't think of the...
Billy Club.
But it's just, I can't think of anywhere in Swansea where I have ever
No, not in
driven through and
Swansea.
thought,
Not in Swansea.
I'm not happy around here. I better grab my wapan.
I think in Swansea, a lot of the rough areas, I think people are so just out of it on heroin that a light breeze is all you need to fight them off. So, you know, it's like
exactly.
The Walking Dead round here.
Yeah.
City centre, especially.
Yeah, it is.
We're starting to get the Fent fold in the UK, which is crazy.
Yeah, well, we really need that to go along with the spice problem.
I know, innit?
It's just, I don't know. But yeah, it's always been interesting to me that well, there's lots of things that have always been interesting to me. But in America, the inability for me to identify whether or not I'm, you know, just about to meet a multi-millionaire businessman who founded his own company and came from nothing, or whether somebody's gonna, you know, rob me.
Yeah.
And they may be neighbors.
Yeah.
It's that sort of, I don't know, diverse. Anyway, it's 8:05. I feel like we've kind of talked about what we wanted to talk about.
Yeah, I think it's been a good
Loosely.
episode. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, and I have. And it's the first time we've had over 100 people watching in a few weeks, which is why I was asking at the beginning.
If we start too early, maybe.
Yeah,
I think we peaked at like 120, 130, something like that.
So what factor does the time we start streaming at have on the excuse me. But anyway. Thank you to everybody who super chatted. I heard super chat and the rest of it just sounded like I went super chatted. Thank you to everybody who super chatted. Thank you to everybody who sent a super sticker. Thank you for everybody who was participated in any capacity. Neath Fair next week, are you going? Do you know, I used to go to Neath Fair every year with my nan. My auntie would always win us a goldfish that would make my father lose his rag because he told them before we went, no goldfish. And I haven't been to Neath Fair in donkey's years. I'll be honest, I didn't even know it was still on. Have they got the guys up there still selling meat out of the back of a wagon and towels that are so unbelievably good you can't buy them anywhere apart from Neath Fair? Yeah, it's Neath Fair is just like part of my childhood, whether I wanted it to be or not.
Must be one of the only places around here that still do fairs.
Yeah.
Must be.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, there's not that many. Mr. Andrat said the start was too early for him. Well, in that case, I'm definitely changing it.
Relax, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, I love it, nobody.
You could try moving Mr. Andrat to somewhere with a more suitable time zone. Time is always going to be an issue because it goes back to you can't please everyone all the time. Exactly. Don't forget to like the smash button. Thank you, Shedzy49, member for 52 months. Blows my mind every time. Really does. We got a button for that, haven't we?
Oh,
look at that. Blows my mind every time.
It does.
Right,
it
we'll actually
really
get out
does.
of here now.
Yeah, we are. We're out here. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you tomorrow. Love you. Bye.
All hail the Church of Tideology.
Thank you all for watching Creaky Live. Don't forget to follow me on all of your social media platforms. Have a good day and have a creaky week.